in your soulmate situation. Their current energy, what they're feeling today. Bottom of the deck is the moon, which is their overall energy whenever they're dealing with you is they hold back, honestly, because they don't want you to see everything that they're feeling. They don't want you to know everything that they're thinking, and they certainly don't want you to know everything that they're doing. They do give you some information, though. They are sharing something. They're not just completely holding back. They have shared. It's just there's a lot more going on that you really don't know about. So be careful not to assume too much about this relationship. They have very deep emotions and very deep feelings for you. You and them are dealing with an extremely emotional situation. And obviously it's the separation that you're in, because this reading does have something to do with soulmates in a separation. Let's go ahead and look at 3 from the bottom. We have a ticking time bomb and desire with King of Wands in reverse. Well, they do think about you sexually a lot more than they think about love. I'm just going to put that out there on the table. The connection that you're having. If you're a divine soulmate, you know, if you're a twin flame, this may not resonate as much. But if you're a divine soulmate, they really do think about you more sexually than anything. They're not thinking about love and friendship and how much they miss you, although they could miss you. But it's like, I definitely think they have a lot more desire than they're letting on. So let's go ahead and reveal. So mentally, in their mind, they kind of feel like this is it. You know, it's over. We missed it. We missed an opportunity. We had a really difficult breakup. A lot of pain was involved in this separation between you and I. And you know what? We can't go back. They're not looking at your love as if it was everything in the world to them. It's kind of minimal. They're not taking you seriously. And to be honest, I think they know they've been taking you for granted. They are getting karma for what they did to you, I'm sure, because, excuse me, sorry, I'm still lingering with my sickness. It's ridiculous. Anyways, they know they've betrayed you, and they know they've stabbed you in the back more than once. So that's what makes them feel like they're unworthy of you. They've been so low down and dirty as far as betrayal that they think that how could you possibly even be interested with anything with them, to be honest. Think you miss me. Their emotions are no secret to you. They've told you that this is over. We're never gonna make this work. It's not possible. It's just not possible. too much water under the bridge. We've completed our time. We've completed our cycle. And again, it's no secret to you. They've shared this with you 100 times. And I think that's why they know you're really hurt. You're really brokenhearted over this, and you feel like it's hopeless to keep trying for them. Really. That's how they feel. We'll clarify some of this, but, you know, let's see some of their actions right now with you. So they're being kind of quiet. 8 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. Jeez. They're not even trying to put any more time and energy into this with you right now. They're just like, you know what? We're done. We're done. There's nothing else to say or do. Nothing you can say to stop me. Nothing you can do. We've reached the end of a situation, and it doesn't look like we're going to be able to go back. I mean, gosh, you got the World and the 10 of Swords. This is a really painful ending. Ah, boy. It's very discouraging for you to hear this, you know? And it's discouraging that you guys have spent so many years. It could be 7 years, could be more than 7 years, could be a little less, but it's discouraging that you've worked so hard and the results that you got out of this situation, you definitely didn't want. You didn't want this. You didn't want the World. You didn't want the 10 of Swords. You've tried to manifest this so much, and it's just not happening. Why you started and keep going, we don't know. You know, it's like, why did you even start this? Why are we still here? The results of this relationship is bottled up emotions and the King of Cups in reverse. You know, they're not going to tell you they love you. I don't even think they're going to deal with it. To be honest, this feels more like a karmic soulmate than a divine soulmate. It's over. What do they want to say? I want you to kiss me like you mean it and look me in the eyes. So they're like, if you still want me, prove it. Let's see if there's anything left romantically. I know we have a connection unlike any other. Sometimes I try to deny it, but I can't ignore the signs. I've never been so turned on in all my life like I am with you. Again, it's that King of Wands in reverse here. I've pleasured myself thinking about you and the intimate times we shared. You have no idea how beautiful you are. This really isn't fair. And they're just not playing fair. This is how ridiculous this connection is. They want this to be over. They're constantly telling you it's over. They're showing you there's no hope for this connection. Even though you're offering your cup, 4 cups, you're giving it to them. I forgive you, I love you, let's be together. They're turning it down. Flat out. And they're telling you, no, it's over. We're not going to make this work. We can't. It's not possible. There's too much water under the bridge. We have too much history. There's too much betrayal. Like, there's no way we can fix it. And then what they're doing is just being quiet, holding back, not even addressing that you guys have put so many years into this, and you're like, I don't just want to give up after all these years. And they're like, you know what? I just don't think I love you anymore. I don't think I have romance for you anymore. But I'm kind of getting a feeling here with the King of Cups in reverse that they're lying about how they feel, only because he's in reverse. I do feel like I don't want to be outright and truthful and honest and own my feelings. You know, this is like I don't own them. I'm bottling them up. So when I see the King of Cups in reverse, he's not just talking about how he feels, he's holding it all in. The unfair bit is they're not giving you a chance at a commitment, but they're sure giving you a chance sexually. Anyways, I feel like that's completely unfair. Oh man, I didn't expect that card. I know that you're my soulmate, but no. So they're denying you. They're denying you the possibility of relationship. Illumination, the Sun card, bottom of the deck, Strength. Excuse me, guys. Can you hang on 1 minute? You're being very disruptive. Stop. Sorry, guys. Oh, you're such a good girl. Sorry, guys. My mama cat is running around like crazy, being very distracting. She's got cat zoomies. Sorry about that. I had to let her know. I was like, hey, that's too much. Anyways, it's not, it isn't ironic though, because Strength, Illumination, and the Soulmate with the lions, and my cat. I definitely think you're dealing with a Leo. So, and this could be a Leo sun sign person, could be a rising or moon. For some of you guys, this might be like a Leo, Venus, or Jupiter, okay? But yeah, this is a soulmate and separation reading. And the funny thing about the sign of Leo is it's a fixed sign. And whenever you deal with any fixed sign, which is Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo, those are the four, you'll find that they dig their heels in and they get stuck in their energy and stubbornness. And it's very hard to wedge them out. And you cannot do it by force. You can't do it by suggestion. Anyways, you can't move them on anything. You can't even convince them otherwise. They believe what they believe, and you will not sway them, not as a human, not as a person. The only energy that could sway a fixed sign is divine intervention, angelic, spirit source creator stepping in and kind of influencing in some way spiritually the internal part of them, okay? They have to believe that it's their idea, it's their will, and it's their desire. if they're going to move in another way, in another situation. It's got to come from inside of them. The only way I've ever seen success in anyone manipulating in some way these fixed signs is making it sound like it's their idea, even though it's not. You know? So if that helps, I don't know. But if you make something sound like it's coming from them, you may have some help there. Otherwise, just pray. Ask for divine intervention that this person is being so stubborn, they're not wavering. They love you, but they're holding it back. They're refusing this soulmate connection out of pure stubbornness and the past. Let's clarify this Ten of Swords betrayal. Let's kind of see. Gosh, I wish I would get over this stupid congestion and freaking runny nose and sore throat. I am so sick of it. And I'm sorry, guys. Really sick of it. And I would drop them. I would. It would be me. So I'm just, I guess, okay. I'll just take the cards that fell because I do think they kind of relate. Maybe there's a reason. So clarifying this Ten of Swords is I can't let go grasping, which means I can't let go of my grudge. I can't let go of what happened. I can't let go of what I did or what you did, something. It's like I can't get over the pain of the terrible ending that we had. It was really, really bad. And when you get the Ten of Swords, it's like extreme betrayal. It is blocking someone also. Okay, I've got to move that piece of wood she's shoveling around downstairs. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. Really distracting. I got it. Okay. My little son has these Melissa and Doug wood fruit that you cut in half, you know? And Mama Cat had half of a pear and she was just shoveling it back and forth against the wall. And I'm like, I cannot deal with this distraction anymore. I can't do it. So anyways, another sign in your reading is me getting up to stop her playing around. You know, just put a stop to it. And even if I have to go out of my way. And I think that's a sign also in your reading with this Ten of Swords, which is what we're clarifying. There was a complete stop to any fun, to any playing around. You know, someone just had to stop it. A stop to playing games is kind of what I'm hearing, just a complete stop. But I also feel like it was a complete block in communication. I feel like they blocked you, is what I feel like. I mean, it could be reversible. Maybe you blocked them and they are pissed off at you and they want nothing else to do with you. If you are the one to blame, if you're the one that blocked them and stopped the communication, then, you know, then it's on you. But if you're not the one, it's on them. Personally, in the reading, I feel like I feel like they blocked you based on all of this. The no, the X's, the world card, the 10 of swords, the betrayal, the backstabbing. I feel like not only did they hurt you and betray you and block you, but they cut you off and they just broke you. And it's with that Leo stubbornness that broke you. Hey, I'm just keeping it real. A Leo can seriously break hearts. And because of this, again, they dig their heels in, they don't change their mind, they stay stuck and stubborn in this dark, toxic energy. Okay, so anyways, clarifying, that's what I see with the 10 of swords is I can't let go of a grudge. I can't let go of what happened. Okay. The next one is I know I'm running out of time and patience. I think they've ran out of time. Okay. Ran out of time. They have kept you blocked for so long that to even say the words, I know I'm running out of time, you're impatient. No, you've been patient, 4 of Cups. They're blowing it. At the same time, they think they can have something sexual with you. I will taste your sweet kiss again. Sweetness. And you may be very attractive. You may be very beautiful or very handsome. You may even have a nose ring, perhaps, some of you guys. But here they are, blocking the connection, blocking you, and thinking there's still a chance for intimacy. How can that possibly feel good on your end? How could that feel good for anyone? No, I don't want a commitment with you. No, I don't want another chance. And no, I don't want to express my feelings, but I will be a King of Wands in reverse, again, confirming that Leo energy. I will be this negative king and offer you sexual connection. I'm happy to do that. We're just not going to have a relationship. But this ticking time bomb is like, actually, you're running out of time because your emotions are going to come to the surface. I feel somebody here could have a watery moon sign. Could be a moon in Cancer, could be a moon in Scorpio, could even be a moon in Pisces. But somebody's got this very deep thought, emotional position. And it's like, okay, all right, let's see what else is going on. Under pressure, sinking into the depths of sadness. They absolutely feel the pressure of this relationship. They know, and it's like the moon, let's look at this both really deep in the ocean, really deep in the water. And I think that's kind of the energy of this reading. They are deep in the water right now. They're getting to the ending of something with ticking time bomb. This kind of stubbornness can't last always. It just can't. There's something that is bound to come to the surface very soon. The hand is coming out of the water here. The crab is coming out of the water here. The wolves are howling. Wolves mate for life. They are soulmates. They're looking up at the stars. Okay. This is about to get very emotional, actually. And they feel it. They definitely feel the pressure. They feel that this is coming to an epiphany, perhaps. We did get the illumination card, which is the sun. So we have the moon and the sun, which is master plan of the universe. But also they think about you, by the way, day and night. They do. They really do. Day and night, you are on their mind. I feel like there's a Willie Nelson song that says that. You are always on my mind. You are always on my mind. I don't know. I don't listen to Willie Nelson myself, but I've heard that song before. If it's not Willie Nelson, just correct me. but I do believe that this connection haunts them. The next card here is I'm no good, I'm toxic. And they are in a very toxic place in their life. This whole situation is very toxic. It's toxic for you. They know it. This is a toxic lover. I think this person's cold-hearted at times, especially with that Ten of Swords. And the King of Cups in reverse. I feel like this person can come off mean and cruel and cold and just tell you something that breaks your heart in an instant and act like, what's the big deal? Why are you surprised? Bottom of the deck, the overall energy is, I'm so lonely, but I just want to be left alone, isolated. And to be real with you guys, that is the energy of I quit love. I'm not interested in love. This person just doesn't even want to mess with it. I think I see the High Priestess. Let me see. Yep. High Priestess in reverse. What's interesting is you have Secrets in reverse. This one right here, Book of Secrets in reverse. And then you've got the High Priestess in reverse. So again, it's no secret what I'm telling you today. I'm probably just confirming something you already know. And I'm just confirming who this is, which means this reading is the truth, if it is a confirmation to you. And the reason you're listening to it is to know that you're not crazy, this is what's going on, and this is the truth. That's all. It's not new revelations, it's not new information. And if you were expecting a reading about a new lover or some of the future, you're watching the wrong reading. And you shouldn't watch readings that say divine lovers in separation, because you're not going to get new information out of a reading like that. So this is just rehashing what's going on with a divine soulmate, in which obviously you are suffering from a separation. All right. So here we are. Where are we going to go from here, right? We've just confirmed so many things for you. I guess the question is, do they really love you at all? What is it that they are bottling up with this King of Cups in reverse? Let's ask. Because of course they're toxic. This is a very toxic reading. They are toxic and being cold. Let's see what's going on with that King of Cups in reverse. And then I will ask if there's a future here. So we have, please be patient with me. I feel heartache, which is Three of Swords. So you have Temperance, Three of Swords. We're working together in the astral. Interesting. Bottom of the deck is I love you, and I know you're the one. All right. So they are at least keeping back the secret that they do love you, and they know you're the soulmate. That is the reason they don't want to share. You know why? Because they would be a complete toxic POS to hurt the soulmate that they love. But guess what? That's exactly what they are. They're toxic, and they know it, and that's why you got this card. I know I'm no good. I know I'm toxic. You don't have to tell me. It's not a surprise. It's not some offensive accusation. They are admitting to the truth. They know they are absolutely in the wrong. They are the betrayer. They are the stubborn one. They are the toxic lover. And how cruel they have been King of Cups in reverse to abuse the love that you have for them and twist it around into this toxic, I don't want to love you and be with you, but I will have sex with you. I will have intimacy with you. That, my friends, is cruel. Wow, is there any hope for this guy? It could be a girl, but is there any hope for this person? Let's see. Is there any hope? We do have 4 of Cups, hopeless, but is there any hope? Bottom of the deck is communication. Well, if you're blocked, they're going to unblock you and reach out. If you blocked them, I think you're going to unblock them and you're going to reach out. But either way, the overall underall energies, I do think there will be communication between the two of you, that you're not going to stop the communication after the video. There's still texting and there's still phone calls between the both of you. What? Look, I knew it. I was like, is this a soulmate? Yep, we got a soulmate card here. And contemplation. They are thinking. Remember, you're always on their mind day and night. They are thinking about this soulmate connection. I see third party. There could be a third party that's kept this really difficult. But either way, they are thinking about this, about reaching out. They're thinking about talking to you. And they're thinking about you all the time. We have received. So it could be that you've reached out, but they never replied. They're going to reply. Also, for someone who had a very specific question, which is, do we have telepathic communication? Do they know what I'm thinking when I send them a message, emotionally or mentally? Can they feel it? Do they know it? Are they receiving it? The answer is yes. They are receiving whatever spiritual communication you're trying to signal with them. We have mirroring. Whatever you're going through at times, they do mirror. They go through almost the same energy. You guys still have that deep connection. Oh, wow. You got the the Ace of Cups, basically. You got a love offer. I feel like there is hope. I feel like in the future, they are going to give you this, they're going to offer you their heart. And in the future, I do feel like they will offer you a relationship, not just sex. So what is stopping them right now from even getting emotional with you? I think that's an important question. What is stopping them, Spirit, from being emotional with their soulmate? They are working together in the astral. We have, please be patient with me. I am hurting, 3 of Swords. They do miss you. They do hurt by not being with you. It's just their darn stubbornness, their darn toxic stubbornness. Why are they holding back? Why? Oh, they're numbing, they're medicating. And then we have superficial, fake, wearing a mask. This whole I don't care attitude is fake. They're playing the tough guy. They are playing the tough guy. And all the while, they might be smoking, drinking, trying to avoid how they feel. They feel like they're doing you a favor. I have to say, with I'm toxic and I'm no good, they do not feel like they are worthy enough of you. There are some self-worth issues for sure. It's also just the knowledge. They know that they are a toxic person in some sense, and that they're trying not to hurt you more than they've already hurt you. The first image I get is when Edward left Bella in Twilight. He knew that just by simply being with him, she was in danger. That he was always putting her in bad positions. He had just been with her, and then Victoria was after her, trying to kill her. Or not Victoria, Victoria's boyfriend at the time. I forgot his name. But yeah, he tried to kill Bella, and then he bit her, and then she almost turned into a vampire. So he's like, wow, I'm ruining your life. I'm ruining your high school life. And you deserve better. You deserve more. So I'm out. And what he told her during their breakup, he brought her to the forest. And he was like, we have to talk. And she's like, okay, let's go talk. He's like, let's go talk in the forest. And she went out there. And he was just like, so we're moving. We're leaving. And she's like, oh. He's like, we can't be here anymore. People are starting to suspect our age. He was making, some excuse. And she's like, well, let me figure out what I can tell my father, and, I'll come with you. And he was like, no, we're leaving. You're staying. She was like, what? Don't do that to me. Don't say that to me. That's ridiculous. She's like, I just told you in the hospital, don't ever leave me. Don't ever say you're going to do that. And he basically broke her heart and was just like, you're not right for me. You never were right for me. And in a nutshell, without saying it, he was like, I don't really love you. This is about me, not you, and you're not right for me. And, and the way she took it was, I don't want to spend forever with you. You're not my forever. And it's been fun, but this is the end of that. And she was in disbelief, and she was just crying, and she was like, no, please don't say that. Don't do that. Don't do this. And he was like, we're leaving now. And I just wanted to tell you in person and, say goodbye. He didn't even kiss her goodbye. He didn't even kiss her. He just walked away. And she was left there crying, cold in the forest all alone. And then she got in danger. He was already gone. And she almost lost her life without him, and he wasn't even there for that. He really left her cold and unprotected. And she went through long, long suffering. And she spent season after season crying in depression and despair, having nightmares, just feeling completely abandoned and just isolated and angry with him. And he went off to Brazil, and he was drinking and partying and trying to find some solace with his new life without her. He got an apartment. I think he did sleep with some anonymous people. That was just to get her out of his system. Isn't there some kind of a song by Lil Wayne or some kind of rap song that's like, I'm trying to get you out of my system? And it's like, no matter what I do, it's like, damn, I keep trying to get you out of my system. There's a song, I think it's a rap song, you might, Google it or YouTube it. Get you out of my system. To keep it real, no, it's not Checked Out of Heaven. There's no mention of heaven in this rap song at all. It's Lil Wayne, or it's some rapper. It's more of a rap song, and he's got like a computerized echo kind of voice. And he's basically complaining in the song that every time I try to do something to get my mind off you, it's like, dang, I can't. I gotta do what I gotta do to get you out of my system. Trying to clear it out, like you're trying to clear out a drug. So anyways, we do have that very much like that song. And this medicating, drugs, drinking perhaps, meaningless sex perhaps, wild and bad behavior even. I will say this. Everything that they've done so far hasn't worked. I gotta write that down. Everything they've done to get you out of their system hasn't worked. Because still, sun and moon, they wake up and they think about you, and they go to bed and they think about you. And this may not make you feel any better, but I have to say it. They have had sex with other people. We did get the third party card, so that could be a lot of people or it could just be one person, but they have. And they were really hoping they could connect with another person and get you out of their system because they really thought you weren't the one. Maybe they didn't think you weren't the one, but they thought, if I do that, at least I'll get over them. It didn't work. And that cup in the future, contemplation, received, mirroring, offer, medicating. Listen, they're going to give you a cup in the future. That's what's, they don't know that. It's not a plan. They're not like, in 6 months, I'm going to go offer the feminine my cup. Or, next year, right around Thanksgiving, I'm going to go offer the feminine my cup. No. They don't have a plan. There's none. The cards are revealing truths that they don't even see yet. All they know is they can't stop thinking about you. The cards know the future. They know that they're not going to stop thinking about you. They know that they're drowning in despair, and they're going to reach out. The cards know that there's going to be a mirroring, and that swan's mate for life. And there's going to be this offer. Now, I feel like I have to say this again, and I know you guys already know this, but for the people that need to hear it over and over again, bear with me. It's an offer. It's not a demand. You will not be controlled. The cards do not decide your fate. They do not tell you what your life will be. In some cases, in a different type of reading, in some cases, it will. Like, what is your destiny for financials? What is your destiny with children? What is your destiny in love? Yeah, then the cards can reveal that. But this just means, is there hope for this connection? Is there a fix? Is there anything here? Or are they just going to remain toxic and cold? Well, in this case, the cards say there is an opportunity and an offer in the future, that there is hope, that this person may very well give you an apology and offer their love again. With mirroring, it's very much similar to the saying, I feel the way you feel. If you still love me, believe me, I still love you, because we're divine soulmates. I'm sorry you're going through what you're going through with this person, but that's what's happening. So, yeah, here we are in this reading. You're going to get communication. All right? You are. They do feel like you're their soulmate. Absolutely. Okay, so we've got that. We know how they really feel about you, which is, please be patient with me. I'm hurting without you. 3 of Swords. So we know they love you. King of Cups, bottled up emotions in reverse, right? They're holding back. We get that. But you also got ticking time bomb. They're driven to you. And one of the deepest connections that's really hard to break is a sexual connection. It's really hard to break that. With a masculine, that's the way they show their affection and their love, is through their body. The lower chakras, the sacral, and the solar plexus, and the root. That's how the masculines connect. They are not connecting to you solely in a feminine level of mental connection and verbal friendship, communication connection, and a spiritual connection. That's a feminine trait, and they're not resonating in that. So for you ladies and men who are in the feminine energy, please quit asking the collective, and please quit bugging the universe for spiritual and emotional and mental healing and communication and union. Just stop. Of course you have that. That's a soulmate vibe. But don't change their DNA and makeup. Don't change their predisposition and their biological and soul. You can't change that. They are who they are. That's how they connect. If you want something different, go be attracted to something different. But please stop trying to change that makeup. The way they are connecting to you deeply is in a sexual and intimacy type of way. And it's a physical way, to be honest. It's physical. No, that's not always the devil card. No, that's not always lust. Okay? It is toxic because it can't just be that. It has to be more. But it's not 50-50. It's not they 50-50 want you sexually and intimately, and the other 50% they want you emotionally and spiritually and mentally. Please don't lie to yourself. You're just going to hurt yourself, and you're going to set yourself up for failure in the relationships that you attract. You're just going to fail. You're going to fail, and you're going to fail again, and you're going to fail and fall on your face over and over till you get it. Yes, you're going to have those kind of connections, but don't try to force a masculine into a feminine disposition. That's not healthy. So anyways, yes, you guys have this deep soul bond. Yes, you have great conversations. Yes, they see you as someone that is their friend and that they can talk to. And yes, they love you and they have romantic feelings that they're bottling up. Oh yeah, that's there. But the biggest, loudest voice in their head and the biggest pushy energy in their soul that makes them want you is the sexual and physical connection. So they have tried to have that sexual, physical connection on another level with others. Like I said, it hasn't worked. Yeah, right now they're pushing down the feminine energy of the connection with you, the mental, the spiritual, the emotional. That is easy for them to lock up in a bottle and not pay attention to. King of Cups can totally do that. He's like, oh, that's easy. I can very easily control my emotions. That's not the most important thing to me. That's really not number one in my life. I don't need to have my emotional and spiritual needs met to have a connection. That's just not where they're at. So yeah, and you're going to be complaining and whining over my reading because I know you. But that's why we have this card, guys. So quit whining, please. Stop whining. Look, read the card. If you're feeling bothered, triggered, annoyed, or offended, good. You should be. And that's why they're gone. I'm no good. I'm toxic. Is it toxic for me to just want you sexually, physically? Yeah, it's freaking toxic. And hence why I'm gone. Hence why I blocked you. Hence why I left you 10 of Swords. Hence why I'm denying your cup. 4 cups. Hence why you are being denied. Access denied. Because they do have a heart enough to realize that's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for you. You are sweet. You are loving. You are emotional. You're sensitive. You're kind. You're good. You're soft. You're the lamb and they're the lion. Okay, we got lots of lions here today. Yeah, they get that. Okay? They get it. And that's why you are blocked. Because again, they're not going to bring their toxic energy to you. It doesn't change the fact that they sit here and fantasize about you, that they have sexual dreams about you. It doesn't change the fact that they don't grab your pictures that were intimate in some way and do their business to your pictures or to your videos. Okay? It doesn't mean that they're not over here fantasizing about your ASS not your heart, okay? They desire you in a carnal way. And that's the hold that they can't get rid of. And that's why that song I suggested by Lil Wayne or whoever it was, I'm trying to get you out of my system. Every day it's like, damn. I don't know. I have to look up the lyrics. Let me go look it up. I'll be right back because you guys can't find it. So it's Little Bow Wow. It's not Lil Wayne. So it's Little Bow Wow. And the lyrics are, I just keep thinking about you. I want to move on, but I can't move on. It's like you got some kind of a hold on me. I'm trying to get you out of my system. So throughout the song, it's talking about him hanging out with people and keeping busy. And there's a moment where he's looking out the window and he's like, damn, I keep trying to get my mind off of you, but I keep thinking about you. And I'm knowing that I shouldn't be. So again, this person is doing something possibly on their own or by themselves. Could even be with another person. We did have third party because I'm knowing that I shouldn't be. I keep trying to move on, right? I keep thinking about you and I'm knowing that I shouldn't be. So again, this is someone who has definitely tried to get away from you, block you, move on from you, and leave you alone. Does that sound like a really toxic person to you? No. It doesn't, because they're not that toxic. This person definitely cut this relationship off before it even got started. Like, that's how I feel. I feel like you guys were falling in love. Things were going good. It was getting a little too close. They got scared and they cut it off. And it was just getting good. I feel like they sabotaged this and they ruined this. They don't want anyone to get close to them. They don't want to fall in love like that. They don't want to lose themselves like that. And there's even a part in the song where it's like, I can't remember the words, but it's just like, I don't want to lose my self-control. I don't want to lose myself. I don't think this person likes feeling vulnerable. I don't think this person likes the feeling of feeling in love. They like to have some control over their emotions. Anyways, so far that's what I'm channeling here, is they've definitely tried to move on. I'm going to ask what created this distance between you and them. Like, what created this I've got to go? I guess the correct answer is, why did they leave? Why? Why did they want to separate from you? Why did they feel that they were no good for you, that they were toxic? Just like Edward left Bella because he thought he was ruining her life, when actually by leaving her, he ruined her life. She got suicidal. She freaking did all kinds of dangerous stuff. She was depressed. She was suicidal. He destroyed her for leaving her, trying to save her. It was stupid. So anyways, this person did try to leave to save you from himself or herself. Like, I'm going to save you. You don't need to be with someone toxic like me. So we know that's part of it. Okay, I know that's why. But what is it about them that is so toxic that they believe they're no good for you? So we got 2 of them. The first one here is number 32, belong to your own dream, create your own life. And the other one is all must have prizes, trying to please everyone, the dodo, bird. And I feel like this person is a dodo brain. The dodo comes off as very stupid. Okay, so this was a stupid move. And to be honest, they're toxic because they're always around other people. That is this belong to your own dream energy. They listen to other people. They talk to other people. A lot of other people may be involved in their life. This could be a famous person, you know, kind of Johnny Depp vibes, where it's like, I have a posse. I have an entourage. I drink. I do drugs. I'm only going to be toxic in your life. You know, what kind of a life are you going to have with me? You think it's going to be a house on the hill with a picket fence? You know, 2 kids and a dog? No. This person's like, I may have a really toxic life. You're not going to have the kind of life you would deserve with me. So that could be very much a lot of this reason. And even if they're not famous, they don't have this entourage, they feel like they have a lot of people invested in them. They might have donors. They might have people that have loaned them a lot of money, that have a say in their life. Or they might run a business with somebody that they're always out with, and they're always out doing bad things. They might have a circle of friends that sell drugs or are wild and out of control, and they don't want you to be a part of that life. Maybe it's a gangster life. They might have a really toxic family. Maybe there was abuse in that family of some sort. And they grew up, you know, just in a very dark, toxic, abusive family. And again, that family's still involved in their life. And they're like, you don't need to be a part of this. You know? That's how Edward felt with Bella. He's like, you don't need to be a part of this vampire life. You don't need to be a part of my toxic family. You don't need to worry about second blood. You know, you don't need to worry about that. You have a nice life. You have a dad that loves you, a mom that loves you. You get to eat nice food. You have a nice warm bed. You get to sleep in peace. You know, you've got friends. You don't need to be a part of this life. You know, in that case, Bella's like, don't tell me what I need. I feel more a part of your world than I do in my own. You know, so Bella's like, don't tell me what I need. But in a nutshell, in my channeling, in my interpretation of these cards, I feel like that is the reason that drove this person to pull away from you. And it had a lot more to do with their lifestyle and their circle than it did with you. Could be some very toxic people. So belong to your own dream says, so maybe I wasn't dreaming after all, said Alice to herself. Unless we are all part of the same dream. Only I do hope it's my dream and not the Red King's. When Alice plaintively wonders whether everything she experienced is part of a dream, the same dream shared by many beings, she wonders whose dream it is. Just like Alice, we ought to be concerned about whether we are living our own life, making our own mistakes, or we're listening to the will of others. some people in some societies or cultures or lifestyles, their circle is very powerful. And they may have a certain dream to marry, to have a home, a good job, and then die peacefully. But that dream is a part of there's another dream, part of other people's, and they're included in this. And they feel like they can't live their own dream. This is about finding that this person has been following a plan or a path that is not truly their own. They're doing what makes perhaps their parents happy, or their best friend happy, or their brother or sister, or their friend circles. They don't want them to feel bad for them having a great life, so they want to live a crappy life with their friends. It's a life that's not truly their own. We did get superficial, okay? So this person is like, yep, I'm toxic and I'm superficial, stay away. I'm not even real. They're deciding to take steps to live in a way that goes along with others. They're content in going along with others, and that feels normal to them. They're not thinking what's best for them. They're not getting in touch with their own soul or going along with where their heart is leading them. They're coasting along, fitting into a superficial role for the sake of ease, going with the flow, but at the expense of your connection. They're denying their soul calling, and they're denying their soulmate. All prizes, or all must have prizes in reverse says this. Clearly knowing what's best for you, but refusing to praise or give it any energy anywhere, period. Easily choosing between what is better for you and what would not serve you is here, but instead you choose the latter. Being more concerned with other people. Trying to keep everyone happy in your circle, treating everyone like equals, rewarding those that don't even deserve it, giving the gold medal to someone that didn't earn it, giving the ring to someone that doesn't deserve it, giving your time and energy and money and body to another person that is not your soulmate and doesn't deserve it, playing nice with evil-doing people, wanting to please liars, gossipers, cruel, cold, calloused individuals who care more about their own selfish desires than anyone else's. Trying to be fair to this evil circle, but avoiding the difficult decision that you do not fit into this toxic circle anymore. Maintaining an illusion to avoid disappointing your friends, family, or toxic circle. So there you go. Again, they're admitting, I'm toxic, I told you. They're not here trying to convince you that they're a good guy. They're not here trying to say, I'm a good girl. I'm a great girl. I'm really good on the inside. It's not how they feel. They think they're really bad on the inside. And they're a really bad choice. And maybe they are in your life. I'm just here to tell you the tea. And it's not very appetizing. Oh boy. What does Spirit really want to say about their heart? Because the only energy in the world that would really know who they are on the inside is the Creator. the one that created their soul, the one that gave them a piece of the Creator's soul. So how does the Creator see this person? Is this person truly toxic? Creator, how do you see this person, this people pleaser? He's not pleasing the right person. Okay. So we have Manatali, she who remains, powerful devotion and true worth. Then we have she who doubts, a need, fear, wariness, and trust. So this person doesn't trust very many people. Spirit says the true soul of this person is they've been hurt by a lot of people. And that might be why they have heartache. This whole please be patient with me, okay? They are a wounded warrior walking around wounding people. They do not trust anyone. And they know you shouldn't trust them. They feel like this world is dark and full of untrustworthy people. They themselves know no one should trust them either. This is why this person wants to pull away from you, to feel isolated, because they're not trying to hurt you. And then we have what remains. What remains after all this pain? She who remains is about powerful devotion and true worth. Spirit says, you have shown this person what unconditional love is. You're not that typical girl or that typical guy that's like, check, moving on. They're not good for me. Peace out. What's next? Who's next? I never cared anyways. He's a POS. I'm better than that. Shake it off. Moving on to the next one. His loss, my gain. You know what I mean? Because you guys know those kind of people. And they're just like, F them. They hurt me. F them. Zero forgiveness. I put up with zero toxicity. I'm too good for that. You know? We all know those. And it's on TV, it's on movies when people act like that. It's like, their loss, my gain. I don't give a shit. I don't care about them. I put more in anyways. I'm worth better anyways. I'm not saying they're not. But I'm just saying it's the attitude. It's the verbalization. It's the ego. It's the devil in them, where they're too good. And where they're on a throne, a very high throne or a very high horse. And it's like speaking to someone that wants to preach to you. My best example, what comes to my mind right away, is someone who knocks on your door or somebody that you meet somewhere that says, I want to share the good news with you. I want to share the good news about how God loves you. And they want to preach all this goodness, purity, love, forgiveness, kindness, mercy, loving one another, washing one another's feet. How many times should you forgive someone? And the Lord says, 7 times 77, I say to you. Love your enemies, I say to you. Pray for your enemies. Give your enemy a shirt to wear or food and water to drink. Feed, love, and forgive your enemies. That's a tall order. It doesn't mean be a doormat, but it means have a bigger heart than they do. And really what it means is show them how I love. Be a preacher of me. Preach my good works. Through the things that you do for other people, you show them who I am. So Jesus is giving people a break. He's like, you don't have to memorize Bible verses. You don't have to freaking be a saint. You don't have to have a lot of money, but if you can show someone how to love someone just by your actions, you're preaching very loudly. You're showing them how Jesus loves, right? So this is the example that comes to my mind, is don't tell them how I love them. Show them how I love them. Because at the end of the day, it's not what you tell people, because actions speak louder than words. And how much harder is it to do as I do than say as I say? Why don't you stop talking? Don't just talk about it. Why don't you just go be about it? You know, that's what Jesus is all about. But then you meet those people that come share the good word, or they want to door knock, or they want to, be, you know what I mean? Like they want to go reach out to people. They send out their church and like, go reach out, go to the park, go reach out, go to the inner cities. And so you get these people that reach out, and then what do you see them doing? You see them walking by homeless like it doesn't matter. You see them going to church on a snowy night and locking up their doors as a cold, old, elderly, homeless man is sleeping in front of the church doors, shivering, trying to stay warm and out of the wind in front of the church. You see that. You see the same person that was out there reaching out, driving by someone with a broke down car, or a woman carrying her groceries to her car, and she's, 70 years old. You see this person not living the life, just speaking it. And then you see these people on Facebook or YouTube or, wherever, correcting people, posting memes of scripture, posting pictures of angels and swords and slay the devil with the words of Christ. Funny, when someone debates you, you break out scripture and it's like a train going straight through them. And they preach all this stuff, right? But they don't live it. They might run into someone that was at their church for 10 years, eating dinner with their family almost every week. Someone that went on vacations with their family and was considered like a brother or like a sister. But they leave the church or they go somewhere, right? And years pass, maybe 1-2 years. Maybe it's their own literal brother or sister, blood relation. And they can come across them at a restaurant or an outing, a gathering of some type, and look right past them. Not even say hello. Not even say good to see you or give them a fellowship hug of any type. Just pretend like they're not seen. You see, this person that I'm speaking about, that only God knows their heart, knows that they have watched fake ASS people, and they have lost all trust in people. They doubt people's authenticity. They doubt it because they're like, people have a big talk, but they walk a tiny little walk. People have a lot to say, but they don't do very much, you know? And this is someone who's an observer, who's like, I see how fickle people are. I see how fake marriages can be. I see how people go to the altar, give their vows, and it means nothing. They divorce. It's nothing to them. Oh, you bother me now, so it's over. Not into you anymore. Also, you know, it's over. So, like, I don't trust relationships like that. Give me a break. Give me a break. Are you going to tell me about love? You know? Are you going to sit here and preach to me about love? Let me tell you a little something about love. Love fails. Love rejects. Love breaks. Love has an expiration date. And they're like, love is for the weak. No, it's not a narcissistic trait. I'm not talking about that. And to be honest, Miss Me, it turns my stomach like curdled milk to talk about narcissists on my channel. So please don't. I don't like name calling like that. And just because somebody's going through something and they're doing some toxic SHIT, I don't like calling them out and saying they're narcissistic. Because then I would have to call you a narcissist if you get into a vengeful, hurt state and you start wilding out on somebody because you've been hurt to the max. Then I'm going to have to call you a narc. And that's just petty, you know? So let's not do that, because unless it's a medical diagnosis, I'm sorry, Miss Me, and I love you. I don't promote that on my channel, you know? And that's probably why I've lost a lot of viewers, because a lot of people that watch Tyler's Tarot or whatever, they come out like that. They come out and they're like name calling and freaking out on their exes and stuff. I just want to take a moment to step out and say, that's not this channel. I don't do petty. I do spiritual stuff here. I talk about the heart. I talk about salvation. I talk about redemption. I talk about unconditional love. I talk about your soul journey. That's what I talk about. And it has nothing to do with petty name calling. I'm sorry, girl. I love you, and I know you didn't mean it. You're just speaking, you know, from the heart right now. You're just like, that's a cold narcissistic person, you know. But we have to love our enemies. And not to say that this person isn't a narcissistic person, or who I'm describing are not narcissists. I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying let's not jump to conclusions, you know? Because what God sees in this person's heart is someone who's been hurt. Narcs don't get hurt, by the way. I don't know if you've ever met a sociopath or a psychopath. They don't have those kinds of feelings. They say they can feel embarrassed. They can feel bad about getting caught. They can feel bad about doing a wrong decision and being judged, but they don't feel bad about what they did, you know? And that's not what I'm seeing. And that's not what God sees in this person. This is someone that feels heartache. They're not a cold, calloused psychopath or a sociopath that doesn't have suffering and pain and hurt. Okay, this is someone that says, from what I've seen in this world, people are fake. From what I've seen, love is for losers. It's not real. It's fake. You know? And from what I've seen, this is from this person, not me as the reader, but this person's like, from what I've seen, people say they love you till something happens. Then they don't love you anymore. From what I've seen, people commit until they don't feel like committing anymore. From what I've seen, people say they love you because it puts them on a pedestal in front of other people. So this person is very observant. This person is like, I'm watching and learning about how cruel people can be. And look how she's covered up in her little thing. It's like you have to cover, you have to protect, you have to hide. And that to me is very much that King of Cups in the reverse with the bottled up emotions and the moon card. It's like I have to protect and hide the light that's inside of me because I know all the wolves out there want to devour it. And this is someone that did love someone in the past and they got brokenhearted. This is someone that may have been married, had a wife and a child, and she cheated on him and took the child and never came back. This could be someone that heard, I promise I love you forever and always. And they put their name on their body, they tatted them up, and they're like, this person loves me forever and always. And that's my ride or die. And then that person lies and cheats and gets pregnant with another person or left and had a whole life with another person, rejected them. You know, this is someone that maybe went to the altar with someone and they said their vows, and maybe it was their second marriage, and they really put their whole heart into this other marriage to find out that their spouse was cheating with somebody at work, or to find out their spouse said, you know, you don't make enough money. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of our life. I want out. We should date other people. Why don't you move out? You know, this isn't working between us anymore. It's over. I don't have the same feelings for you that I felt before. And this is someone that says, please, let's get counseling. Let's get couples therapy. Let's go get marriage counseling, perhaps. Let's go do something about this. And they're like, no, I'm not interested. I don't want you. I don't want this, and I don't want to work on it. It's over. Why are you clinging to me? Let go of me. Move away. Push, push, push. They got pushed, and they got 3 of Swords. And you ever hear that saying, which you already do, I already know you guys know it, duh. But hurt people hurt people. The ones that are hurt, they've learned that, and now they're hurting others. It's not always the case, but it happens. It happens a lot. So what Spirit sees, Source, Creator, God, sees in this person's heart, not your own experience to where your panties are in a twist and you're angry. Not your opinion of this person and how you've been treated by them, but what Spirit sees through divine eyes and through unconditional divine love from the Creator of our universe. They see this person who has been hurt and doubts in love, period. Going off and hurting others. And what Spirit sees remains, what's left in this person's heart. Notice this looks like the Queen of Ice. Look at the snow and the snow lynx, and she's petting it. Leo again, by the way, right? But she's got smoky crystal quartz behind her, which takes negative energy and purifies it. But look how she's skimmingly dressed in the cold, even though she's got blazing red hair. This is a cold-hearted Leo that we're dealing with here. That is what's left. And this person could have red hair. Both of these images have red hair. It doesn't have to be. It's just an idea for this cards. But it may just represent the fire energy. You know, we're dealing with a fire sign that acts very coldly. This person is strong-willed and stubborn. Stubborn and angry and dug in This person has a lot of devotion and doesn't even see it. This person is devoted to Spirit Source Creator. This person is devoted to love and doesn't even know it. In fact, this person is almost a protector of love because this person wants to hide it, keep it tucked away safe from the predators out there. This person actually has a very large capability to love deeply. This person has the capability to be a loyal, devoted husband or wife. This person has the capability to be a very devoted parent, hardworking and loving. This person is a loyal friend and a loyal lover. They have true worth, but they're iced up, they're toxic, and they don't see it. Now, just because they have the ability to be a loyal, loving partner doesn't mean that they are doing that. It just means Spirit says, I see that they have what it takes and they have a heart for this. They're just not acting on it because Three of Swords, they've been hurt. So now they're hurting others, including you. But they did one act of devotion to you, soulmate. They did one act of devotion, one act of mercy, one act of love, one act of you're important. They left you. Toxic, the world, Ten of Swords. You may not see that as mercy. You may not see that as love. But this is someone that has a great love for you. Because they are so DAMN toxic. They are so into the energy of hurting other people because they're hurt. They do not want to hurt you anymore than they already have. And so the very act of leaving you alone, the very act of blocking communication from you, deleting your pictures, deleting your numbers, was to save you. Hoping that you would forget about them. Move on, have a better life. That's what they were hoping. They were hoping you'd have a better experience than them. And that's why that song by Little Bow Wow, I just keep thinking about you, knowing that I shouldn't be. I want to move on, but I can't. And it's like you got some kind of hold on me. And it's that soulmate vibe. And that's why the King of Cups is trying so dang hard to block any tears, feelings, or emotions. This is like, no, I am trying so hard to push this down, to not feel this. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to get this soulmate out of my system. Believe it. I'm going to go have meaningless, you know what? I'm going to go meet other people. I'm going to go do me. I'm going to go get wasted. We had medicating under there. It's like, yeah, I'm going to go get my mind off of this individual forever. So anyways, guys, I was getting a annoying spam call, getting freaking spam calls for days. All right, so let's see what Spirit sees. Okay. She who remains sits on her crystal throne with her lynx beside her. Her gown shows her connection to the ice dragon. Her truth of self keeps her warm. Against the icy stares of the naysayers. And I gaze into the cool surveys of her snow-covered kingdom. Many of her subjects have left. They left this wintry wilderness for less austere places. At any time, she could have left too. She could have left her kingdom for other realms, much more warm. But she's here, devoted, in her solace. She may rule and look lonely to some, but not to her. She knows how powerful a single person can be. This card is a lesson to stay true. Your worth is not measured by the number of people who agree with you. People will come and go from your life, but have faith that you have the power to attract those who appreciate your gifts. Remember the lesson of this lady, to love yourself first and best. Those who remain by your side will be worthy of your affection. Your true worth is yours alone. What they're thinking of right now and observing is who supports me and is worthy of my love, of my friendship, of my dedication. The first image that came to my mind was Beauty and the Beast. The beast was cold and cruel. He took on prisoners. He was a beast. And he was selfish. And in that case, actually narcissistic. Of course, it's a fairy tale. But the good witch saw him being selfish and full of himself and full of ego. And she cursed him to be a beast, and the only way he would ever stop being a beast is if someone loved him for him, unconditionally, under his beastiness.
You might want to sit over here.
We'll have to wash if you don't have any.
You might want to sit over here.
So, Beauty, standing up for the beautiful heart, started out his prisoner, saw him as cruel and selfish and unkind and a beast. He took her father prisoner. She came to free him, and he took her in his place. And instead of being nice to her, he continued to be mean. And it would have stayed that way. It would have stayed that way if Beauty was going to be mean right back. If Beauty was hateful and unforgiving and dished it right back out to him how he dished it to her, it may have been a very different ending. Guys, go somewhere else if you want to talk. So it may have been a very different ending.
Not really, no.
But she wasn't that.
So you're still busy?
Can you guys go downstairs on the couch and talk down there, please?
Yeah.
So she did try to escape. She did try to run away from this person. He was too terrible to even be around. And he was nice to her, and then he lost his temper again. He started warming up to her, And he gave her a library, or I don't know if that was before then or after then, but either way, he warmed up to her. They went outside, went on walks, they shared nice dinners. They got along, and things seemed like it was going pretty good. But then she went somewhere he told her not to go. He had boundaries, he had standards, he had limits. And she crossed it, because that's what soulmates do. We call that triggering. We trigger people on their limits. And she crossed that boundary and went to the West Wing, where he told her specifically not to go. And as she went in there, she saw a portrait of the beautiful man he used to be. She got a glimpse of his heart, even. She saw the sadness of the child that he was, and what happened when he lost his father, and what happened when he lost his mother, and what made him so cold and mean and selfish. She saw who he was, and then what made him cold in the first place. And then she realized he was cursed. And as she's piecing together the pieces of his puzzle, he catches her. He screams at her. He yells at her. He crashes and wrecks everything, which is the trigger, metaphorically. You get close to this individual. You see their vulnerability. You get to the red hot center of the sweet kindness that they are, and then you become a threat, because now that you discovered they are loving and warm and kind and devoted and sensitive and pure in there, oh no, you've penetrated beneath the armor and you have to get out. And so here's this person yelling at you, get out, in the best imaginative play in your mind, Beauty and the Beast roar you can imagine. Get out. And she's like, I am out of here. You can count on that. Believe me, I won't come back. I will not come back. I will get on this horse. I will absolutely get out. I can't stay here another minute. She gets out. Everyone's begging her to stay. She's like, nope. HE double hockey sticks. No. Hell no. I'm out of here. Peace out to all of you. Sorry. Bye. She gets on that horse. She's out there. She encounters some wolves. She's about to be killed. And he comes out and saves her. He finds out that he overreacted. He shouldn't have done what he did. Now she's out in danger, scared, in the woods at dark. He runs out there, risks his life to save hers. And as she looks back, she's still wanting to run. She's like, I should just get out of here. He stops the wolves. I should keep going while I still can. As much as she wanted to go back to her father, she looks back at him. Look at that, 11:11. Just as I'm saying, she looks back at him. She looks back at him and she sees the signs. 11:11, the doors open, enlightenment happens, illumination. There's more to him than meets the eye. Yes, he has a temper. Yes, he's got issues. But there's maybe more under there. The moon card. Maybe she can be her true self, which is, I don't leave people. I'm not cold-hearted like you. I don't yell at people and tell them to get out because I've been hurt. I don't walk away from wounded people. I don't leave because the going gets tough and the tough gets going. And she turns around and she sees him laying on the ground, bleeding out to death, cold in the snow, abandoned, not a soul in the world to love this person. And it hits her. No one loves him. No one. He's alone here on this planet. And he never feels the warmth of love. And it floods over her that I'm not that person. I'm a loving person. And I'm going to take you back home. And I'm going to help you recover. I'm going to get you better. Not for her own gain. It's not, well, if I show him that, maybe he'll give me $1 million. If I do that for him, maybe he'll love me. If I do that for him, there's no if. There's no condition. There's no conditional string that if I do this great thing, you'll love me and want me back. It's none of that. It's I'm going to love you because I'm a loving person. No, I'm not going to be a doormat, but I'm going to be a loving person. So she goes back and she's putting ointment on his wounds and he roars, "That hurts." And she says, "You need to learn to control your temper." And no one's talked to him like that before. He's like, "How dare you talk to me like that? Tell me to be quiet and control my temper." Not a soul in his life has corrected him. And he's like, "You shouldn't have left the West Wing," or whatever. Or no, "You shouldn't have been in the West Wing." It's like, "You should learn to control your temper." You know? And I wouldn't have left. Like, this is all your fault. She's like, "No, you lost your temper and I left. There's a cause and reaction. When you do something, I do something. That's life." And then he gets corrected and he's like, "Oh, well, you have a point," basically. And he's like, "Thanks for coming back for me." And she's like, "You're welcome." And he's like, "Okay. Wow, I didn't get yelled at. Like, there's maybe something here about being nice. Maybe there really is a really nice person out there for me." Guys, I see I dropped drastically in people watching me, but here's the numbers. I'm not just talking out of my butt. I'm talking about the cards. I'm talking about the story. I'm comparing it like a parable, trying to make sense to people that don't think I'm trying to preach and tell them what to do based on my own opinion. I'm sharing something that reminds me of this situation. It's not exact, but it's like it, okay? And I'm just saying, after she sat there and nursed him back to health, they became friends, okay? She sat there at his bedside. She fed him soup. She mended his wounds. She read books to him. And in that moment, he fell in love with her heart. He wasn't just looking at her like she was a beauty, because she was. He looked at her like, "You're smart. You're kind. You're warm. You're a real person. You're genuine. You're not here because I'm good looking. You're not here because I'm rich. You're not here because you want something from me. And you're not here because you're my prisoner, because we have a vow or a contract or a piece of paper or a tattoo on us or some wild A promise. You're here because you want to be here. You're here even when I try to push you away. You're here when I reject you. You're here when I'm terrible. You're here. And that is the love of God. That is the love of Source, Creator, Universe. I'm not here for something in return. I don't want your love. I don't want your commitment. I don't want your promise. I don't want you to treat me good and some respect. Don't disrespect me, because Belle's like, if to treat me like crap, even when I'm trying to help you, I will go. But if you can be respectful, I'll stay. So there is this mutual respect, and this person is learning that if I respect you, you're not going to go somewhere. You know, this is all about, I don't want to be a doormat, okay? I will be here and I'm your friend and I will care about you and I will love you through your madness, but I won't be a doormat and I won't be used. I will give you my kindness and my acts of service and my acts of love. And I don't expect you to give me a ring. I don't expect you to say I'm yours. I don't expect you to confess your love to me. I just want you to be nice and decent to me. So you're not asking for a lot here. But see, Spirit says when you give somebody honesty and loyalty and love from your heart, you get so much more in return. And that's when the beast gave her the library. He knew she loved books, so he gave her this massive, huge library. He says, it's yours. Everything you see, anything you can touch, it's yours. And she was like, wow, this is the nicest thing anybody's ever done for me. And she'd never seen a great library like that. But what she saw more than that library was that his heart was opening up. What she saw more than that library was this man, this beast, has a good heart. He knows how to love. This freaking beast knows how to love. He has kindness and respect, and he's a gentleman. And deep in that beastie heart of that exterior, he's a good person. And she started to fall for his heart. There is beauty under this superficial mask, guys. I'm just going to leave it there with what God, Spirit Source, Creator sees. That under the beast and under the superficial masquerading that this person does, what Spirit sees that remains inside of them, that's still there, is this heart of devotion and true worth and a rare love and a rare romantic individual that still lives inside of there. A person that has dealt with only heartache and suffering. And unfortunately, you as this soulmate are getting the brunt of all of this, you know? You triggered this because you went to the West Wing. You saw this person's kindness and you started to open up their heart and they began to genuinely love you and they pushed you away for your own good. Because this is not a Disney movie. This is real life. And they are toxic and no good, which means I'm a beast and you need to go. You need to go. So, there you have it. That's what's going on. That's the tea. That's what's happening here. It's unfortunate if this is your story because they have 10 of swords you. They have blocked you out. 8 of swords, 10 of swords. They're going to remain quiet and they're going to shut down. And with the world card, it's over. And they've dug their heels in. And they feel very 4 of cups, that it's a missed opportunity, but it's too late. It's not going to happen. And even as Spirit Source Creator nudges them to love you, and even as you are coming in the 4 of cups trying to nudge them that I still love you, they are denying you. They are denying you, and that's what's in this reading. They still have the toxic trait of being attracted to you and wanting you in an intimate way. Absolutely. They definitely can't keep you out of their mind. They would love to get you off their mind. They would love to get over you, but they can't. And they're trying very hard and medicating to get you out of their system. But I don't think that's going to happen because this is a soulmate journey. I don't think it's going to happen. And you did get in the outcome is there hope. You have the Ace of Cups. You have the Cup of Love offer. So I do feel that there is hope for you to have this love. Now, remember, like I've always said here, it is not a demand or a command or a for sure destiny. It is an opportunity. Okay? It is a choice. You know, love is always a choice. It's a choice. That's why the Lover's card really talks about choices. Yes, sometimes it has to do with a third party, but really it's a choice to love someone. You don't have to, and you can't force somebody to love someone. It's got to come from the heart. They really have to want that. So you can't make somebody fall in love. But they do love in this reading. And I do think they're going to open up. Because that's what I see in the cards. All right. They are cold, and I know, and Spirit sees that. Spirit sees that they're cold, but Spirit says there's still something beautiful inside of this person. Not everyone wants to see that beautiful part, but God, Creator, Source, sees the beauty in that person's heart, even when other people do not. Spirit, Source, Creator sees they're trying to numb themselves and quit love as a whole, okay? But Spirit says there's a lot going on in them that goes on in you, honey. But nonetheless, they're seeing signs related to you, and they know they can't get you out of their system, all right? That's a fact. They know you're the one. They love you as well. Now, they're trying to bury that and save you, all right? Spirit's like, look, I'm working with you guys in the astral. You guys are working together in the astral. Please be patient with this individual. Maybe you feel you've already been more than patient. This story's up to you. I offer readings if you want to get a personal reading, because I can guarantee you that not every single one of you, this is your story. You didn't pay me to do a reading with your name on it. This is a collective. It is the general energy of who's in the title, you or the soulmates, divine soulmates. Last I checked, divine soulmates were in the title, not you. So if you want to know what's exactly going on in your situation, how your person feels about you, what's the destiny for you, then please, I have 15 minutes right now. You can pay for a lightning round, and it's $15 a question. You will get one card and the bottom of the deck. You can have tarot or oracle if you'd like. And you can do that through Cash App. It's right there in the description below, or my website. There's a donation button under services, top left corner. And I can do a reading for you right now. I can answer your question if this is your situation, okay? But remember to take what resonates in these readings and toss the things that do not resonate. If you feel this is your message and it touches your heart and it makes you cry, or it makes you go into some deep feelings, then there's a very good chance that it is highly resonating with you because it is touching your soul. If this reading rubs you the wrong way, if it triggers you, like, this isn't my reading, I don't like that, you don't know him, you don't know her, they're not even like that, that's not even how they act, there's not a nice bone in their body, They haven't talked to me in 10 years. They're happily married and having a baby right now. They want nothing to do with me. There's a good chance that that abrasive energy means it is not your reading, you know, and that's not them. They're not the person with the golden heart inside of the beast, okay? There's a good chance if this person has beat you up, robbed you of $50,000 and left you alone and stranded and abandoned with a child and never looked back, there's a good chance this is not your beast, okay? It's not your soulmate. That feels much more like a karmic energy of some karma that got dealt to you, and you're working your way through that karma. That doesn't sound like a divine soulmate in which you're meant to heal and grow and change and transform. Divine relationships have that beautiful butterfly effect. You mirror one another, you heal with one another, and you grow from one another. You go from the caterpillar to the butterfly, okay? So there's growth. There's no, we're a caterpillar and then we die as a caterpillar. We never made it to the butterfly. That's not a divine connection. That's karmic, okay? Maybe it was a worm and it never was a caterpillar. You know, that's karmic. Maybe you dealt with a worm, you know? So just check in with yourself if you are really channeling this divine connection. Really get in and make sure, am I channeling this divine connection? Is this my divine connection? Because there's a lot of people that just dealt with a really toxic person and they slapped you across the face and left. You know, there's someone out there that cheated on you with with your sister, your brother, and got them pregnant. You know, there's someone that lied and said they loved you so they could get a green card. You know what I'm saying? So they can be in the country, and they left you for something more, you know? There's someone that you thought you were madly in love with and had a divine connection with that took all your money. And all she wanted was you to pay her bills like a sugar daddy or a sugar mama, you know? They just wanted that paycheck. They just wanted those bills paid. They had no interest of giving you their heart at all. You know, I have a friend he goes to Colombia all the time. He's a fool. And he's not even rich. He's just a normal American guy. He does sales, you know? I think he works in a gym or something. You know, it's not some big lavish career. But he makes more money than, I guess, some people in Colombia. And he went down there for a vacation, hooked up with not one, but 2 girls. So, fellas, if you're looking for a good time, I recommend Colombia. And these girls were desperate to get out of the country and desperate to have their bills paid and get boob jobs, lip jobs. One girl wanted to be a singer or like a rapper. So he would pay for all of her rap sessions in the studio, her studio time. He would pay for her Nike shoes and her clothing, and he would send her stuff from America. And yeah, he would just sit there and pay. And she was like, I love you. And he would take her out to pools and resorts out there. And she even invited him to go meet her family for Christmas and stuff. And he's like, oh, we're having a real relationship. She even had a 9-year-old son. And he was like, oh, I'm in love. We're having a marriage, you know, like we're going to get married. And I don't know, maybe he did get married. I don't really remember. Maybe he did get legally married. I don't know. But she wasn't into him. Not at all. And in fact, she told him she wanted an open relationship. Yeah. So she was like, I want to sleep with other men because I'm not attracted to you. But I'll take your money. I'll even sell myself to marriage for the money. You can be around me and my family, but just know that intimately, sexually, romantically, and in my heart, I'm not into you. That's a transactional marriage, my friends. And that's what she did. And then he thought, well, I guess it's okay if I have another girl. He's like, he tried to see if she really loved him. Like, if he had another girl, would she be jealous? And she wasn't. She was like, sure, you can have another girl. Go ahead. Here, I'll even find one for you. She got another girl that wanted to make it in music and whatnot, and they had threesomes. Yeah, they had sexual threesomes. And neither of them was attracted to him. You know? And his body, you know, he didn't have a banging body, guys. You know, he had a man belly. He had man boobies. He had kind of a double chin and bigger cheeks. You know, he wasn't built. Considering he was working at the gym, you think he would be like super built, but he wasn't. He's always had to watch his diet because he would be really obese and really overweight if he didn't watch his diet. So he always ate healthy, but he still couldn't maintain that kind of a body, you know? It was difficult for him, genetics or whatever. So here he is getting used up by two girls, thinking he's married to both of them or something from what I heard. I don't know, maybe he wasn't literally married. I don't know. Who knows if he was legit married or not, but like I heard he had a wife and I heard he like he had wives or something. And he's like, yeah, I've got two girls now, and he's taking pictures of them at the pool in bikinis, and he's showing it off on Facebook to all his friends and everybody. Like, look at what I got, you know? Meanwhile, he's getting used, completely used. And he thinks he's this great guy, and he's like being great to this girl's son. He's taking him on trips, buying him things, buying him toys and video games, and, you know, he can be a good provider in another country. He can provide a house or a home because it's way cheaper out there, but he couldn't provide that kind of a lifestyle in America because we all know how expensive it is out here. There's no way he could maintain two families on his income working at a gym in America. Like, that's just not going to happen. So, you know, he's trying to maintain it out there. And I don't really know what happens lately, but from what I've heard and from what I've seen, it's not working out. And I feel like there was some kind of, yeah, exactly right. I feel like there was some kind of a breakup between him and these people. And I feel like it didn't matter if he met their family and their kid and all that. He tried really hard to make her fall in love with him. Like, he really tried hard. And she was beautiful and she had a great body. You know, so I'm sure he was like, ooh, she's hot. Like, I would love to bag this girl, you know what I mean? Be mine, you know, have a kid with her or whatever. But that didn't happen. There was no baby to be had between them, and they were together like a couple years. And she was sleeping with other guys. So he knew. I know deep down in his heart, he knew. Keep in mind, guys, the clock is ticking. So if you guys want to get a personal reading done right now, I'm going to remind you again, $15 a question, Cash App or my website. And I'll answer your question about your personal relationship if you want to know. Okay? So you guys have like 10 more minutes. Okay. So anyways, yeah. So last we heard with him on Facebook or whatever was he's back in the States, single, looking alone, looking for love, reaching out to other people, other girls on Facebook. Doesn't sound like a happily married man. You know, a happily married man is not reaching out to other people. And my friend commented to him, like, why are you reaching out? I thought you were married. And he's like, oh, we have an open relationship. So for some reason, he thought that was attractive and that would call in other girls. Like, they'd be like, oh, yeah, let's all have an open relationship. That would be great. Let's do it. Wrong. He learned a very tough, cold, hard lesson that whatever works in Colombia doesn't work here in America. And the other girls out here are not desperate for money or being provided for or studio fees for someone that probably can't rap as it is. So no one's interested. No one's interested in this guy that's out of shape, having threesomes, not able to provide for a family in the States. No one's interested in that. And had he had a good heart, maybe somebody would be interested in that. But he doesn't have a good heart. Not really, because he thinks he does by doing that for other people, but really it shows his true colors, which is you're a player. You're a flirt. You don't have drive and determination to bust your balls and work hard for more money here in the States. Like, you don't have what it takes. You don't want to be a loyal, faithful spouse. You know, you want a lavish lifestyle. And it's like you test people. If you had all the money in the world, what would you do? What would you do with it? Well, he's showing people what he would do with it. He would have multiple wives. That's what he would do with it. And he's not going to find love like that. He's never going to find love like that. Because nobody generally wants that. So, yeah, long story short, I mean, there you go. Is that going to work? No. So, I don't know where I was going with that story, guys, but I was just sharing it with you. And look, 2020. That is so cool. 2020. You got to see 2020. You've got to. And you're right, Doja Cell, that is a transactional marriage. That's what it is. I don't know. That's obviously not this story. I'm just sharing it. That, oh, that's where I was going. Some people are karmic. That's where I was going with it. You know, and those relationships are karmic. That's not some great catch. That's not some soulmate love story. That's a karmic connection. So by all means, if you have karmic connections like that, or you're getting taken advantage of, or you're getting used like my poor friend, don't believe that it's divine. You know, if you're a guy like him getting used by some woman in another country, don't be a fool. Don't tell yourself that it's a soulmate connection. You know? That's not. If you're not getting used, then by all means, you know, see what's there. See what's at the depth of your connection. If you're both offering something, you know, if you're both giving something to one another, by all means, that could very well be a soulmate connection, whether in this country, you know, your country or not. But just don't get used. You know, don't get used. And don't be used and say, oh, but it's divine. You know, and by all means, don't be one of those girls that thinks someone that just wants to sleep with you over and over and use you is divine. That every time they call you, all they seek out is a blowjob. Or every time they call you, it's at 1 or 2 a.m. Can we meet up? And you go to a hotel, or you do something in the car, or you go somewhere to their apartment. It's gone. So, you know, and there's a lot of girls that do go through that. It happens more than you guys would know. I have more of a position where what I do for a living to hear more of these stories, where you guys may not hear as many stories as I hear in bulk about love situations. And I will say, there is a great amount of women that surprisingly are putting up with someone they love and sleeping with them in cars, in parking lots, in hotels, hooking up at friends' houses. And every time that person reaches out to them, it's about that. And a lot of these girls that I've worked with believe that that's their divine lover. That's their divine partner. because they want so much to believe that that is a soulmate bond. And a lot of these girls are caught up in, third party situations where that person has a wife and children at home. And they want to believe that that's divine love. And they're going to leave that behind and be with them. And in some rare cases, it is. There's just an escapist situation there, and the person's trying to get away, and maybe their wife is using the kids against them. Maybe the wife is using money against them to take everything from them. Or maybe they have some kind of hold on them that could put them in jail or something. So yeah, there are some rare cases where that person cannot escape that third party. But it's rare. And the biggest message that I think Spirit tries to promote in the tarot cards, and that I try to promote here on my channel, is don't be a doormat. Don't accept scraps of time. The divine soulmate, the divine relationship, the divine feminine or masculine does not get used and abused like a doormat. A divine person does the work, does the healing, and doesn't accept scraps and pieces of time, but demands and respects themselves to get and receive true love, honesty, loyalty, and dedication. True divine people are manifesting big commitments. Okay? And a lot of times the divine people are really just in a connection with someone who's single and kind of being triggered and kind of escaping the relationship, for their own things that are being triggered and going on. A lot of people are in divine connections and someone is in and out of other relationships and figuring themselves out, and the divine partner is figuring themselves out as well. Those are much more common stories of divine, because there's a lot of healing, and a lot of growth, That's just beautiful. So that's really divine. And then you get people that are together and working on it. So you get the divine partners that are married, you get the divine partners that are heavily in a commitment, and they're working through their issues. And that's really divine. So, you really need to look at that and go, am I in a karmic situation? Am I in a divine situation? And like I said, if you're with someone that's taking advantage of you sexually or financially, that is karmic. If you're with someone that is abusing you, putting bruises on your body, hurting you, that's a karmic partner. A divine lover does not have it in them to wound you like that. They may have it in you as a divine partner to hurt your feelings, but not to hurt your body. Okay, so again, I do have some clients in the past that have been abused and thinking they could fix it, and it's just not. And really, the universe is trying to tear them away from their codependency and their addiction of their karma of being mistreated, used and abused and abandoned. And they're on the divine journey because they're being treated now, by spirit, by the creator, by their higher self, to stop that toxic pattern in toxic karmic relationships. So a lot, more of my clients are defeating their own karma and their own toxic situations. So I don't know, I just wanted to share that with you, because a lot of people get confused, and I just want to be crystal clear about it. Divine connections are not meant to be seriously physically painful like that. You're not meant to get punched, kicked, stabbed, or hurt. Could you have a fight and be slapped? It's possible. That's not that bad, If a woman slaps a man in a fight, it's not the end of the world. It's not major abuse, If your masculine argues with you sometimes, blocks you, hangs up on you, they're creating boundaries. They don't like how you're treating them. They're creating their own standard and their own boundaries. So if you are being blocked, that's because you're in an energy they don't want to be around, you know, and that's healthy. If you're blocking them, that's healthy because they're doing something to you that you don't like. So blocking is not something that's just karmic. Happens actually a lot in divine connections because people block so they can go do some work. They can go do some healing and some reflecting. They go hermit mode when they block, you know? So that's not the worst thing in the world, you know? And third parties, they do happen in divine relationships, a lot like today's reading. For example, trying to get over someone, you know? A lot of things that happen in divine connections is they try to move on and get away from whatever deep connection they're having. So they do go find another partner just to fill a void, to go back into their karmic cycles, their karmic patterns, something familiar that reminds them of their childhood, you know, whereas you don't. So believe it or not, third parties also happen a lot in divine connections. But it's all about healing, you know. It's not, I'm super, super in love with this other person and I'm just using you. That's not a divine connection. Anyways, I don't know. There's a lot to be said about all of that. I just wanted to share some of that with you. So let me check in and see who has the $15 lightning round. Let's see. We have Natural Mystic. Okay, so you paid. Anyone else who paid, let me know in the comments. All right. Diana, what is your question? And did you have one question or two questions? Let me know. Spirit, please guide and direct me now for Diana. Let me see what's happening for Diana. Are we in real time, guys? Am I behind? Markers, please take note. Natural Mystic paid. Yes. Yeah, please, Natural Mystic, let us know how many cards, how many questions. We're in real time? Okay. Just waiting, Natural Mystic, for your question, honey. Let me go check on the, so he, we, Ling, whoever that is. You have one question, so if you're live, let me know. And then I have Nguyen, Nguyen. First name Uyen. So first name is Uyen, Uyen, markers. Last name Nguyen. Okay, that person also has one question. And then Diana, of course, you've got your question. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why you're always delayed. Dang it, that makes crazy. Well, thank you. I see your question here. You've got one question. What is that? You want info on your relationship with initial P. Okay. Let's get into that. Relationship with initial P, Spirit. Please show me what's going on with Diana in this relationship with P. P. Uh-oh. Okay, so you are ending a cycle with this person. Something has finished and it's been said and done. The Queen of Wands is kind of saying that's what you want. You want this said and done. Or your person wants this said and done. What cycle did you go through with this person? I feel like there's a lot of round and round and round, repeating the same karmas over and over again. I feel like that's over. The World card has the energy of Pisces. And right now, Rahu is in the sign of Pisces. So I would ask for you to check, where do you have Pisces in your chart? Is it the 4th house? Is it the 8th, the 7th, the 10th? Where is Pisces? You're done with the in and out? Yeah. Definitely see that here. And this is what you want. This is what your person wants. No more repetition. But let me know where Pisces is so I can give you some more information. And just so you guys know, I do astrological chart reviews. I have a Valentine's Day special, if you're interested, on my website. And so I kind of overlap karmas between you and your lover. Or if you want to know your future lover, your love situation in general, right now, go ahead. It's normally $244. It's $100 off for Valentine's. So there's a big special. And I will do a chart for you and your significant other. Okay? If you don't have anyone and you just want to know what's coming up for love, I will do that as well.
So Matthew told me that all
Now's not a good
Chinese
time.
food is going.
Yes, it is.
Okay. See you.
I'll be done. Okay, so you're checking. Okay. Yeah, so if you guys are looking to get your charts done, I will find your chart per Vedic sidereal. I will help you with whatever Antradasha you're in, whatever Mahadasha you're in. I do North Indian, so this is Vedic, of course. And I will let you know your karmas with this person and what love looks like for you as far as marriage or commitment. And get a good look at if I think this person that you're with is a soulmate or a twin flame. Possibly, you know, karmic soulmate. Possibly just a lover that's just romantic and passing through your life. I'll let you know, and I'll let you know what your destiny is on love. So if you are interested, please go check out my website and look up compatibility, chart compatibility. Okay, so Pisces is in the 6th house, but you think it's in tropical. Okay. That means more than likely it's in the 5th house in Vedic, but I'll do both just in case. Right now, what would be ending as far as this cycle would be the karma involving enemies, gossip, arguments, health issues, legal matters. It also carries the energy of justice and what's right, doing the righteous thing, fighting for what is right. With Rahu there, it's definitely wanting to be some kind of a soldier to fight for what it wants. And obviously, you're Queen of Wands. What you want, you'll know in your heart what it is you want. And Rahu's going to do its best to fight for that and get what it wants, which is lots of money, lots of love, lots of lust, lots of things. And so I see a purification somewhat of lustiness, a purification of ego. And, you know, the law really wants to smack down with Rahu there in the 6th house. It's like you have to go with the current laws. You need to obey. You need to do the right thing. You need to be healthier. There could be some health issues coming up if it's the 6th house. So getting over bad health, getting over bad, unhealthy drinking, smoking, dealing with karmic partners, the endings of karmic partner energies. But if it is in Vedic, this would be the ending of sex that is not fulfilling. But at the same time, there is a lustiness that is getting activated. So it could be, if you're not going to be with me, I'm going to find another partner. And there's some kind of a threat. If you're not going to be with me, there's going to be an ultimatum and I'll be with somebody else. And so there's this energy coming in, a little bit of ego again, because the sun rules the 5th house. And so there's this self-preservation. And when Rahu's there, it's putting yourself in the limelight and on the front stage and saying, I'm important. But it's also saying lust is important, romance is important, sex is important right now. You know, bedroom energy is the 5th house. It's the energy of creation, creativity, attractiveness. And Rahu's all about that right now. So there might be a lot of going out with friends, a lot of partying, a lot of being back out there in the dating world. Again, just a lot of ego, and it's just a lot of, I think, ultimatums and threats. And I feel like there's an ending there karmically. And I feel like the Queen of Wands is like, hey, 5th house, that's my arena. I'm the queen. And look at that, 7 of Cups, player. And this is, I'm not to be played. I'm to be the one. I'm not a choice. I'm not an option. I'm not a maybe. I'm the one. Look at that, King of Cups. You're either going to love me or someone else is, but I'm not going to play games. Although the 5th house is the house of games and gambling and being childish. And it could be a little bit of that. You know, Rahu kind of explodes that energy. So I do think there's going to be kind of an ending here on childishness, games, risky behavior, risky sex where someone could get pregnant, also being played, played with, and just being in lust but not in love. And so there's this ending. No more of that shiznit, okay? Wish I could say the word here, but I can't. No more. Again, I'm feeling ultimatum here. You're going to have to choose. Do you want all of that or do you want me? Because that's where it's going to be. That's where it's going to be at. And so what I see upcoming for you with P, honestly, I think you're the Queen of Wands in here, whether sign or not, doesn't matter. I think you're going to be giving him an ultimatum. I think that is in the upcoming future. And you're saying, I want a spiritual connection. I don't want any more of these games. Okay? I don't want it. So no more of this on and on and on. This is the song that never ends, the never-ending loop. You are reaching the end of this period, of this karma, of this cycle. And there is a completion for you. And you're just like, enough's enough. I'm done with that. That part of your life may have gone along for fun, for experience, for testing the waters. It may have gone on for a little while, but you're done. So I don't know what he's going to do. We're going to have to ask another question, girl, because you asked, let me see, I'm trying to get it as best answers as I could. You want information on your relationship with P, initial P. So, you know, I can't figure out anything else, girl. I need another question for what's going to happen, because this is the T, this is the information. This is what you guys are going through. You are ending the karmas. You're ending the cycles. You're ending that. As far as what's going to happen, I mean, without having any further cards on that, I would have to say you're putting an end to it. Is there a future? Maybe a whole nother question. Is there a future after you put an end to this cycle? We're going to have to know. As of right now, the energy of you and P squashing the way it's been, because I think you are just done with it. How he okay, so how he feels would be another question. How does he feel about this? And what is he going to do is another question. And if I were you, I would ask those two other questions. What is he going to do and how does he feel? You know, if you really want to know where this is headed. But, you know, as of right now, that's what I'm seeing. You think you shouldn't care because you're ending that? Yeah, if that's where you're at, girl, you're ending it with this person, then that's where it's going to be right now. And maybe you're going to be off exploring Seven of Cups, more choices, more options for yourself. I know you really love this person more than anything, King of Cups, but the games are too much and too often. And so the Queen of Wands is definitely putting an end to that. You know, and you're open to something else. Yeah, that makes sense. You're open to something else, Seven of Cups. You may enter the dating world. You may put yourself out there on media that you're single and available. You may start dating. You may start talking to other people. You know, I definitely see the Queen of Wands is definitely exploring her choices, her options, and putting an end to the toxic behavior. Whatever happens in the future with you guys and how this person feels, once you cut him off, those are other questions, girl. We're going to have to see more information on that, but that's what I see. There's definitely the energy of moving on, you know, and that particular energy. All right, so now I'm going to do Uwen Nguyen. I don't know if traditionally it's pronounced when, like Uwen when, because I have heard people say Nguyen is when. So I don't know if I'm butchering your name, and I'm so sorry. I don't know if it's Nguyen with an N and the Y, which is how I'm pronouncing it, or it's just when. Let me know if I'm butchering your name, because I am not trying to. I am really sorry if I am. I am not Asian. I do not speak it, and I don't understand that. I'm so sorry. All right, so we're going to do Uwen. It could be pronounced Ewan, because I have heard of the name Ewan before. So it could be Ewan. All right, let's get a card. Are you here, Ewan? You're welcome, Natural Mystic. It's very accurate. I'm thankful that you think so. Thank you very much. Of course, I'd have to see your chart, girl, and let you know who's in your future. Is this person your twin flame or not? You know, is he coming back? What's going on with commitment? Will you be married? Girl, we should totally do a whole birth chart consultation and figure that stuff out, you know? But if you're just open to the universe and whatever surprises it has, then, you know, just go ahead, walk the path, you know, and just see whatever surprises are around the corner every year, you know? You don't have to have a prediction for the next 20 years of your life, you know? People like just wandering in the unknown, you know? Maybe that makes it more interesting. So it's up to you, girl. But if you do want to know, you know, what your future holds there, hit me up for the astrological chart review. Oh, you do want to do the chart? Yeah, you really should. I mean, right now, there's a good chance you can get you and your person reviewed astrologically. And that would be great. For 144 bucks, it's $100 off. It's a good time. But if not, I have my normal pricing for, you know, just one person to review their chart and whatever it says for you, you know, financially, relationship-wise as well, you know, and your spiritual journey, which that's always available on my website. Ooh, it's 11:11 there. That is awesome. All right, well, Ewan is not here, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull a card for you, Ewan. Let's see, what do you want Ewan to know, Spirit? Whew. Ewan, someone very dear to you or yourself is going to be going through a divorce. This could be a 2-year relationship that's finally ending, or a long-term relationship that's been on the rocks for 2 years, but it's over. The relationship is down the tubes. It's down the toilet, if you will. And it's not going to make it anymore. It's just not going to make it. It cannot stand on its own 2 feet. It cannot be balanced anymore. There's nothing left to salvage here. There's nothing left for anyone to do. It's over and it's final. This is the final moment, the final countdown. This relationship probably should have been over even 2 years ago. I feel like somebody's been procrastinating in ending this. So earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Strong Taurus is what I feel. This is going to be a situation that surprises some people, probably the outsiders, but it doesn't surprise the person that's in it, that someone's going to drop divorce papers or say, move out, get out, it's over. Like, it's not a surprise to that person. And really, the reason why someone is ending a connection is financial. Someone doesn't make enough money for the other person. Maybe they're just a moocher, maybe they're a loser, maybe they have no drive, maybe they just can't keep a job, maybe they're always taking and borrowing and using someone, but we have this energy of, I'm not going to put up with your financial irresponsibility. And I'm not going to waste any more time in this relationship because possibly you have nothing going for you. And this is your big waste of time. And honestly, I can't believe how long I've wasted in this relationship is what I'm hearing. So I don't know if that's you. You're not here to speak for yourself or ask the question. Like I said, this could be you or it could be somebody close to you. But that is what came out in the cards. If you have another question, like in regards to this, just let me know. I'd be happy to be with you live another time. Okay? Thank you so much, Ewan. All right. And now we have Hiwi Ling. So it's Hewee. And looks like the last name is Ling. So Hiwi Ling, are you here to ask your question live? So 10 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, and the Empress. Wow, all Taurus for you right now. You're also dealing with the Taurus here. The clock is ticking. We are very, very much looking for having a business, being extremely wealthy right now, expecting some money to come in big time. We're also looking very forward to a marriage or a union that is this relationship going to go to the next level? I do feel like you're going to need to wait a little bit longer, have some patience. This is going to work out. So if you've been waiting to see if this person and you are going to be committed and have a marriage, I see in the cards that marriage is definitely a strong possibility for whoever you've been involved with for many years. Like this relationship could definitely go to the next level. It needs some more time for whatever reason. Also, if this is a business or career that you really want to dive into and make good money with it and be very successful, I see you being very successful, having a big, large house. Jupiter must be really coming into your situation right now and really supporting you in some way. Jupiter's very pleased to be here with you and support this idea, this business, this marriage, this relationship, and children could even come from this relationship. I definitely feel a blessing of a child is going to be here. And maybe you've been waiting on, are we going to ever have children? The answer is yes. Or do they want children? Yes, they do. Do they see the possibility of this going to the next level? Yes, they feel like even metaphorically, we can give birth to this relationship in a new and committed way. So honestly, what I see for you, hun, Huey Ling, is a very prosperous future. And it's going to be financially prosperous and with family. And if you're going to have children or not, I see that very prosperous. And I see things going in a really good direction for you. Just a little more time, a little bit more patience. I know you're not happy yet with the results of everything that's been happening. You just need to digest this a little bit longer, okay? A few more months on this situation. Pretty soon you're going to give birth and everything's going to be beautiful and great and happy and awesome. So this is worth the wait, if I can give you that message. All right, well, I think that is it, guys, for this reading. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. We're going to do another reading today. I got to go meditate on what that would be. But I'll be back in a little bit, guys. I'm going to go feed my people lunch, and I'll see ya. So please like and subscribe. Hit me with a comment. Let me know how you felt about the readings. Let me know if you want one. We'll be doing a lightning round again today, later. So if you still have time to go ahead and get your question in if you want. And don't forget about my Valentine's Day specials. I have a 30-minute private personal reading on sale from $111 to $88. So snatch it up by Valentine's Day, guys. That's going to be a great steal. Okay, I love you guys. I'll see you in a little while. Thank you, markers. Bye, everybody. I love you. Bye, Natural Mystic. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.